In the part of Nigeria where the sun was a relentless potter and the earth often cracked like old clay, there lived a boy named Emeka. His village, Ojoto, was what city people called wasted, a place where hope was as scarce as rain in the dry season. Yet, Emeka's mind was a fertile field. While his feet were bare and his stomach sometimes sang empty songs, his eyes were always buried in books, borrowed, torn, and precious. His father, a wise man with hands gnawed from farming, would tell him, "My son, the keenest knife is forged in the fiercest fire. Your struggle is your strength." A scholarship, like a golden eagle descending, carried Emeka across the seas to a school in the UK, a land of grey stone buildings and soft, sighing rains. The UK was a world of whispers and orderly queues. Emeka felt like a study, rough-cut wood plank amidst polished marble. He worked twice as hard, his heart aching for the vibrant heat of home. Then, he met Clara. Her hair was the color of ripe wheat, and her eyes held the gentle blue of a lagoon. Where others saw his difference as a barrier, Clara saw it as a story. She loved the rhythm of his Igbo proverbs, the way he found joy in simple things. Their love was a careful, beautiful construction. He, the son of cracked earth, she, the daughter of gentle mist. They built a life not on one foundation, but two, blending them like sands from different shores to make something new and strong. They called it their House of Two Sands. Years passed. Emeka's brilliance and relentless work bore fruit. He became a respected engineer, building bridges in the physical world just as he had built one in his heart. They moved to a fine house with a garden. Clara's friend, Diana, was a frequent visitor. Diana, who wore sharp smiles and sharper perfumes, watched their happiness with eyes that grew thinner and greener with each visit. She saw the way Emeka and Clara laughed together, how he would sometimes speak in his mother tongue on the phone, his face animated. Diana mistook the deep, private soil of their cross-cultural love for something strange and suspicious. One afternoon, as Clara pruned her roses, Diana called beside her. "He's so different, Clara," Diana began, her voice sweet as poisoned honey. "Are you sure he's not using you? All those calls to Nigeria, sending money, I'd wager. And have you met his family? What do you really know of where he comes from?" The first lie was a seed. Others followed, a hint that Emeka was secretive, a suggestion that his family would one day claim everything he had. Clara, her heart suddenly mistrusting the rain that had nourished her garden for so long, began to water these seeds of doubt. She forgot the man who had patiently taught her to say "I love you" in Igbo and started seeing a stranger in his place. Emeka noticed the coldness, the new distance. "Is something wrong, my heart?" he would ask. Clara, poisoned by Diana's whispers, met his concern with silence or sharp words. Arguments, strange and bitter, erupted like thorns where flowers once grew. The final fight was over a missed dinner, a petty thing, but the roof was already rotten with distrust. "You and your secrets. You and your endless obligations to that place," Clara cried, parroting Diana's suspicions. Emeka's eyes, usually warm with understanding, grew still and hard. "I have built my home here, with you. But if you see my past, my blood, as a chain instead of a root, then you do not see me at all." The divorce was a quick, clinical axe blow. Emeka, his spirit shattered, quietly left. The House of Two Sands collapsed into a meaningless pile. Clara found Diana's company empty. The whispers turned to gossip, now about others. Slowly, painfully, the poison cleared from Clara's mind. She investigated the secret money transfers. They were for his sister's education and a community well in Ojoto. She found letters from his family, always including prayers for their happiness. The truth rose before her, clear and terrible. She had traded a diamond for a shard of glass. Guilt, a hotter and more relentless son than Nigeria's, burned her. She wrote letters, left pleading messages. "Emeka, I was a fool. The lies were weeds in my own mind. Can we rebuild?" Months later, she heard Emeka was returning to Nigeria for a grand project, building a real bridge in his home state. She used all her savings and followed, arriving in the vibrant, noisy heat of the East. She found him at a site overlooking a great river. He looked older, stronger, like the tough Iroko tree of his homeland. "Clara," he said, his voice calm as still water. There was no anger left, and that was the most terrifying thing. Tears streamed down her face, mixing with the humid air. I destroyed our home. Let me help you rebuild it. I am so sorry. Emeka looked at her, then at the sturdy pillars of the new bridge rising from the African soil. Clara, he said softly, some things, once broken, cannot be made exactly the same. You were the keeper of my heart's second son. You let it slip through your fingers. I have begun a new foundation here, on the earth that never doubted me. He spoke not with bitterness, but with the finality of a closed chapter. I forgive you, for my peace. But what we had is now a memory. A precious, painful memory. Go and build your own life anew. Clara returned to the UK, forever carrying the memory of her folly in a quiet corner of her soul. Emeka, though his personal house of love had fallen, used his strength to build houses, bridges, and schools in the land that was once called wasted. He never hated Clara, but he understood a proverb his father had once told him long ago: the ear that listens to the poison fang will surely feel the venom in the belly.